Sveiki visi, Kauno Žalgirio DNR podcastas grįžta į jūsų ekranus, į jūsų ausines ir visur kitur. Šiandien studijoje turime mūsų naujo trenerių štabo žmogų, analitiką Josipą Paušičių. Josip Paušič is here with me. So, hello.
Hi, thank you for calling me in this show.
Not many of our fans knows this, but I'm pretty sure that you feel in this kind of things pretty same good like in near the football pitch.
Yeah, it's something like my second thing that I do in my life, because years and years now I have with my friends podcast in Croatia. It's called Tribina, so we speak about football when I'm in front of the camera, but we have a lot of different type of content, NBA, basketball, football, American football, Formula One, and sometimes we introduce the guests not only from football but from some sport like tennis or handball or something like this. So we do this for, I don't know, since 2016 is a channel, and even 2 years ago we get this prize in Croatia. It's called Digitalna Ruža for digital content made. It's the biggest prize for media in Croatia, and it's first time that some podcast get this prize. So we are very proud on it. And I don't know, it's something that started like a hobby, and now it turns into proper business, let's say. So I'm very proud of that part of what I do.
In general, we will not stay in this topic too much, but in general, podcasts in Croatia, is that very popular thing? Because here in Lithuania, we still have, basketball podcasts,
which is huge.
They are top, and football is still growing. It's not that much attention, but it's still there. What situation is in Croatia? Because also basketball in the country is also very popular, as well as probably all the other sports.
Yeah. We podcast culture in Croatia is really big now, because with us now everybody has podcasts. So now the last 1.5, 2 years, it's growing like crazy. Everybody records something. Every media, every portal now makes its own podcast. Every newspaper made its own podcast. And we have this big one. It's called Podcast Incubator, with general subjects. I speak with their guys. They say that they have the biggest number in Europe with podcast numbers, because nobody does it something like that. So in Croatia, this is now a big thing. In our podcast, of course, football is number one. But for example, this NBA podcast that we have, it's pretty much, it has constant audience, and they watch it. Croatian basketball a little bit less, because now we are not so good. Cebona, Split, Zadar, they are low. If you watch in historical terms, previously they were pretty high, but now it's pretty low. But we see with the audience that people have interest in this, but we need to do something in result-wise to grow it a little bit more.
Okay, before we move to other topics about football, our friends, Time Out Cafe, prepared us some coffee. For us, it's typical Balkan thing. Espresso, newspaper.
yeah, it's something that when I started to drink coffee, I was drinking something similar like you, but now it's the easy way to explain when you get somebody in any country. Espresso, short, and that's it. But it's pretty popular in Croatia. Or espresso with a little bit of milk, espresso macchiato, and that's it.
I was living in Split for some time, so
espresso
I know
macchiato there is everything. Chuki is always espresso macchiato.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and you, can you tell us, as I said, you are analyst of our team now. Can you introduce yourself for our audience, for our fans? What are your main tasks every day in the club, and how are you guys doing?
Yeah, now the easier thing for me at the start is that Rokas is here. I came, he was here before, and this is very helpful when you come in the new club to have somebody who is so deeply involved in the league from previously, and he helps a lot from this part of work. So what we need to do is to, after every game that our team play, we need to create a report, not only in video, but go through some main statistics to see is there's something not in balance with our team, and to create, of course, video for coach who will present for the team on the team meeting. This is first part of our job. Then we start to prepare for next opponent. Usually we have 2 meetings per week, so one is for attacking phase, another one is for defensive phase. And what is, for example, Rokas prepare in general clips for next opponent, especially for Lithuanian league, and then we together go through them to see which one are the most important one for our game model. And then I prepare the whole model how we plan to play against this team. Of course, first we watch, then I speak with coach about some decisions that needs to be made, how we want to do this, and this. And after he decides, I prepare full model for this meeting. So we call it, for example, tomorrow we will have offensive strategy meeting for Dinamo. So how they defend and how we will attack. And then we go to training ground to implement that on the training, because for me, this is the most important part. Any analysis, you can make the best analysis and show, and you need to go here and here and here, but without showing it on the pitch, it's not so effective. So this is a very important part of this. And here I'm a little bit not like standard analyst, because usually analysts like Rokas, he takes drone, he records and stay off. But
they are not on the pitch.
Yeah,
usually.
but I like to be involved in the pitches. This is something that I was from the first day I started to work in Gorica, later in Rijeka. I was recording with, but I was always a little bit involved. And then in Poland a little bit more, because there is they call it trenerem analytikem, so coach analytic there, and you should be involved more in on the pitch side. And this, for me, this is a role that is good for me. So I'm there.
Analytic, half assistant coach.
Yeah.
Something in between.
I don't participate when we have some I don't know, trainings with some small side games or something. But when we do these tactics, usually I'm responsible to, for example, tomorrow we will have one team that is Dinamo Zagreb on the training, and I'm responsible for them to make them in proper position, to give them instruction what to do, so we can do the best for our team. Usually head coach leads our team with instructions what he wants, and this is why I'm very proud for our players that do this part of the job very, very good, because it's not easy. So for example, you get this beep and you are not in the first 11 next day, and now even comes some analyst crazy and he asks you not to play what you usually play, but you need to be some, I don't know, Oršić or Stojaković or Beljo and do whatever he does. So big respect for them, because this is very important for the whole team to make training like this.
You also mentioned that one of the first jobs is to watch the game and collect all the statistics. Is everything in the place? What kind of statistics is the most important? Let's go through that.
We usually we have Vice Scouts, so we use their reports for each game, usually on 22, 23 pages. You have everything from passing to duels to all kind of stuff. What is important for us, 21 page is not useful for the whole staff to go through. So what is important to go through this report and to select only few important ones. For example, for me was important not to go maybe too much in the tactics, but we had I could not say problem, but we want to have more passes in between some of our players during the game. And in Wisecout report, you have completely like diagram which player passed to which player in which direction. So this gives us some information. For example, we have growing these numbers in part of the team that we want, but it's something that help us to monitor our progress in this kind of selection. So, for example, also you have duels rate. Usually players have its own duels rate. In the last 5 games, for example, center backs wins 75% of duels. If something is very much below on this average for some players, then this is like a small red flag. Then we try to check what happened. It was something that we need to take an eye on, or maybe just opponent is some big Norwegian guy who jumps or something. So this is something that of course we don't have proper data department, so we don't go through very deeply. This is basic stuff what we can do and how much time we have, but it's very helpful for us.
In general, some coaches they are not into that analytic side, and some coaches doesn't even want to hear that kind of stuff. Most of your career you worked with Željko Sopičius, our head coach, but you also had different coaches. What is your experience with that? They are listening to all these things, or it was like in some parts?
No, it depends from which coach, but in general things are very much growing year to year. So I started in 2019. Well, I was working in this company that is making some products to analyze the game or something, but I was outside analyst for Gorica. This is how I started. At the start, I only prepared some small videos for opponent and for our game, and that was it. Coach was Jakirovic now at Hull City. He made big success to come in Premier League. And then later, the for me biggest step was actually Lithuanian coach, Valdas Dambrauskas. So
we will talk about that.
Yeah, I came to Gorica, and he was the guy who helped me, who asked from me something different than before, and I made a step in that direction. And later, all of the coaches that I worked with was okay. Some little bit less. You need to sometimes go through barrier and to explain and everything. But in general, I didn't have experience that coach comes and said, "You who is the analyst, sit there on the bench and don't say nothing." I never had this kind of. I would not even work in environment. I would say, "Okay, you don't need it. I go." So I think this mindset is growing from year to year to how important is that. But now also it needs to be in balance. You don't need to go too much, and especially these team meetings. I always try to have maximum 5 minutes video for the team meeting, to not go. It's important to have it, but if you are too long, then you miss the important one, and then nobody can remember everything like that. Because if you go one day 10 minutes video, second day 10 minutes video, third day 10 minutes video, so it's hard for me to even collect everything. So for the players, for sure, not easy. So main thing is to be short, and then you will not have problem now with coaching staff to accept your work, or with players, because also it's very important to get this connection with the players. If they think you are some idiot with laptop who molests them, then you will not be successful in your job, because at the end they are the ones who will take everything what you do on the field. You cannot do nothing without them.
But in general, do you feel that all these statistics, analysis, numbers getting more and more important in nowadays football? Because following the trends in the biggest leagues, Premier League, Ligue 1, and so on, it looks like we are here in Lithuania, far away from that, but it looks like it's getting more and more important.
Yeah, I spoke with Slaven Bilic. He's now head coach of Croatia national team. He was coach in West Ham, and I asked him how many analysts they have, because at that point I was in Gorica all by myself. And he told me, we have this department of 10 guys, and few more work with them only for data. I said, not bad, not bad department. So this is the terms of course, on highest level, how much did this grown. Maybe this part of data, for example, in Vidza, we also had data analyst who is only focused on data, and he gives us report what kind of report we need, because he collects from Y-Scout and Skillshare and a lot of platforms different type of data, and he models it like the stuff on. So on this level, this is top for us, because you don't need to do it by yourself. But I think the biggest thing is to have enough stuff to go individual with the players. This is the biggest step you can make, but it's the most expensive one, because, for example, you need to have, one guy for 4 players or 5 players to have with them clips from training, clips from matches, and to go through them. Even one coach I worked previously, we did everything classical team meetings or something, but at one point we started to have more meetings. For example, only defenders, only midfielders, only attackers, and he said that he has plan in the future not to have team meetings at all. Only work individually with each player, to give them task about our model of the game, to give them task about opponent, and to work like this.
Do you think it can work like?
I was not
what
so.
What was the experience like? What was the result of this meeting?
For sure, this helps a lot. Honestly, here we don't have now. We have game every 3 days, and the schedule is very hard. It kills you to prepare everything. But I like to work individually, because this is the moment. For the players, it's much easier to speak with you than with head coach, or even with assistant coach. Okay, but for assistant it's easier than a head coach, because you can develop the relationship with them, to let them speak openly what he doesn't understand, what he needs to adapt or something. So this part makes big progress when you can make with some players, that he explain you from his words what he needs to help, and then you to help him, because it's not sometimes this can look like you take laptop and you go and you need to do this. No, our job is to help a player to understand what he needs, what he needs to understand from our game model or from opponent, and then to help him, to give him solution to him to feel better on the pitch. So it's not like you are the boss and you need to give him some task, but it's other way around. You need to help him to make tasks that coach wants from him on the field.
In general, what was the beginning of you becoming analyst?
It's for me. It's everything about me. It's not typical. So I was studying law in Zagreb, and on 5th year I had a little bit more time. It's easier than previous 4. And in a college dorm there was this on the wall they put a paper that one company is searching for a student who has a little bit time to analyze football games. And I was thinking, before that I was playing on low level in my hometown, Ogulin, and I went to coaching school and even started to be a referee, because
I had a question about that.
Yeah, and I wanted to be involved in some way in football, because I was not talented enough to play a game, but I loved it very much and understand everything from this tactical point. And I started to work in this company in 2012. And I stayed to work there until 2019. And this company had a lot of different levels. So first we had special this keyboard and tagged the games. Later we developed this program for coach to use it by itself. But at one point they needed more guy who will more be like for selling and for education, and I wanted to be more involved in football. And we worked like outside for Gorica and Istra and some other clubs, and I proposed to them, okay, I will go. Asked in Gorica if they want me full time, and I will go, because at that point I was also working on television, so I had the option to maybe try to switch career, and that doesn't affect me like in financial terms. And I came to Gorica, I speak with Nico and Valdas, and I told them, guys, take me 2 months. After 2 months, tell me you are good, you are bad, you can go. For me, no problem. And they said, yeah, let's go. And now it's already, I don't know, 6-7 years.
So your law degree is like somewhere
Useless.
Under this couch.
It's sometimes my mother just tell to me, oh, Josip, you were going for this hard college and 5 years and you don't use it, but that's life. Maybe at one point I will decide to go another way to maybe do something like that, but at this point, nothing.
And how was your referee career?
Oh, this was
because I'm not sure, but I'm, let's say, 90% confident that it's the same like in Lithuania. The referee is like the worst person in the stadium during the game.
Of course.
And both teams and
hate him.
Both supporters hate him.
Oh, I was coach at one for young kids on one game, and this guy came, and he was so bad in refereeing the game, and I was thinking, my friend, I can do this much better. I should try. And I speak with one of my neighbors in Ogul, and he told me, yeah, but now is a course starting. Do you want to try? And I was traveling from Zagreb to Karlovac for this course each day. And when we finished, they asked me at the end, did you ever referee the game? We had a part of the exam is to referee a game for children. And they asked me, did you ever do this? I said, no. But you are good. How? I said, my friend, when I started to go this, I watched the game only where the referee goes. I didn't watch football anymore. And I started to first you go with the kids. Later they put you for some senior level. But in the end, when I went to this, you need to have some test to go on next level. I went through this, but at this point I had big problems with my back. I should go on surgery and could not run it was terrible, and at that point I stopped. And later when things with back got better, I didn't continue, because I was here, I said it in Croatia, so it's not important. I was also too disappointed with the system, honestly, because at the start they said me, oh, you are so talented, we will monitor you, and then you see some other guys get promotion faster, and I am still on kids level or something like that. So it's usual thing. I think this is the biggest problem with refereeing in Croatia in general, because you need to have some background to go faster up. So I didn't have anybody to push me, and got a little bit disappointed about that. But at the end, I say because of the back, I could not pursue this anymore, and that was it.
Okay, you were already speaking about Lithuanians in Gorica.
Yeah.
About Valdas Dambrauskas, about Mindaugas Nikoličius, that was sports director at the moment. How was your chapter in Gorica with them? Because later Valdas, let's say he put his name like on the map of Europe, exactly in Croatia with Gorica and then with Hajduk.
Yeah, for me, this first year that still Nico was there. Even he came in second division and put them up like a sports director. And there were some Lithuanian investors. I don't know the name, but it was big connection. And this Sergei Akirovich was a coach, and I was working with him. And they managed to be first season in first division. They got 59 points, and it was enough for being fifth and not to go to Europe. And next year, season started a little bit, and then Valdas came on the half season, and was until the end. And I was working this still remotely and sending something to them, but I didn't had. I was never sure, is this something that he likes or doesn't like. I sent him, he has so much job, he doesn't send me any feedback. One time we spoke and he said me I need to do this differently or something. And then I came there and this season started. We had first 5 games, 4 victories and one draw. And everything we was like machine. And this was this season after Corona break. So we were like a machine. Everything was going hell. And for me, what I remember the most, he was so positive and so convinced that sometimes we play not so good game. But team was so much convinced that we will win something. And he had this saying, 3 goals, 3 points. And everybody, so in Croatia, 3 gola, 3 boda. So he told me, Josip, I watched every game of Gorica in Corona break so far. And one thing I can say for sure, we will concede goal. So we will concede goal. So if we want to win, we need to score 3. Because sometimes we will concede even 2. So 3 goals we need to win. And I want to win all the games. And we were, this was like a magic. So last 2 games in half season was, we win against Osijek in Gorica 4-1. Osijek at that time was with Nenad Bjelica and big investments. They want to be a champions to attack. We beat them 4-1. And next round we go to Poljud and we beat them 4-2. So we were like a machine, crazy. And at that point what happened to Valdas was our goalkeeper Kahlina, now in MLS, Ludogorets was watching him to bring him. And at this game 4-1 against Osijek. But at that time, Ludogorets sacked the coach. And this scout came and he saw that we destroyed this Osijek. And he came back to Bulgaria and told them, okay, this Kahlina is top, but they have top coach. And at the half the season, they call him to Ludogorets. And I remember it was Christmas Eve. And I'm home and I see Valdas calls me. I answer and he said, I'm going to Ludogorets. Do you want to come with me? After 3 months, we worked together, but we connected like pretty much. I said immediately, yes, of course, I want to go. And he said, okay, we will agree everything. I will call you in 2 days. And then what happened? This Gorica took ex-coach, this from Hajduk Split, which is for me like one of the, I like his work very much. And he immediately calls me. He said, I'm going to Gorica and this assistant will come and we will make good results and everything. And then I started to have doubts, because for me, I wanted to go with Valdas because we had top connection. But for me at that point to be with Gorica, to come in your own country to make something was bigger than go to Ludogorets. Bigger than go to Ludogorets and play Champions League. At that point, for me, Champions League didn't mean nothing. For me, I wanted to make something in Gorica. And then I called him, and I told him this, and we didn't.
I guess Valdas was a little bit.
He was disappointed,
angry.
and we was not in touch for even more half year. We didn't made any connection. And then he came to be a Hajduk Split coach. And then one game they come to play against Dinamo. And the night before we went to coffee and then we speak for 5 hours. And he said, I understand it. I just didn't have time to speak with you. But this experience with him is, for me, was very much. It's first time that the coach used more data. Usually I was doing with video, but not so much with data. And he was very much focused on data, especially to prepare the opponent. And his way of thinking how to prepare. And this is the time I first in Croatia. So I was thinking I made a little bit. When I went to speak with Nico and Valdas to come in Gorica, I told him, I was thinking, what can I give them if I come to have something to work on? And I speak with those guys before I go to meeting from the club, and they say Valdas wants to get every training recorded, but he doesn't have a way. So sometimes he put this guy up on this small hill between the pitches, and he records with some shit camera. And I said, okay. And I came to them and I said, I have a drone. I will record all the games with drone. And Valdo says, oh, you have a drone. I like it. He said, Nico, I want this guy immediately. And I didn't have drone, of course. And they say, okay, come. I go fast in the store and I buy a drone. And then I come to the training and I never put the drone up. And it's first training, a new analytic come with the drone. Everybody is watching me and I don't know nothing. How will I put this drone? I connected. I was watching YouTube videos home, but it was a little bit stress moment. And the thing is, Gorica is next to a airport, main Zagreb airport. And it's special rules to fly a drone there.
You need a
license and so I finally put it together. I want to put it up. Training will start. And it said, you cannot fly. This is restricted zone. What to now? And first I Google it. Okay, and I find something how to go around that. Later I get permissions and everything. And I put it up and I record. I sweat like crazy. And we come after the training. Valdas asked me, Josip, how do you like the training with this tactical thing? I told him, coach, only worry today for me was not to crash the drone. So I don't know what you did on this training. So, and then we had this connection. I record this. He calls me later. I need to do this and this part of the training. I won't. And then later I realized what is the thing that he needs and already to cut in front. And even he came to our podcast. This is also, I asked him, coach, I have this podcast. Would you like to come? He said, yes, I would like to come. And we have tactical boards. And we agreed to not ask him about tactics because you are having the team. And he said, no problem. I will explain how we want to play because some other team who knows, who watch us, they will see everything.
That's
and who doesn't understand, I cannot help him even with the board. And he made this. And the funny thing is when his name started to be for Ludogorets coach, YouTube statistics is crazy. So you have all these elements that you can watch. And I see this video starts to grow suddenly. And I see traffic from Bulgaria. And later I asked him and he said, yeah, everybody in the club watched this game. And he was very smart. We go to record like this and he brings me USB stick. And he told me, Josip, you will incorporate these videos when I speak about some things. He immediately knew that this is something in where he can present his ideas, his way of thinking for football. And at the end, so now this video has from Greece people when
everywhere
he
where he worked.
From Bulgaria, now from Azerbaijan. I always see the spike when he comes to be the coach. So this was at that point. So this was 2020, 21. Very smart way of thinking about new things we speak now. How podcast is important for him now. It shows that it was somewhere where you can show your ideas.
When Valdas is coming back to Lithuania during vacation, he is always busy because all football podcasts want him to come. So, and he never says no. He was in Croatia. I think he was in between two jobs, and he was there. And we tried to agree something to him to come again to us. But for him now, he tries to stay a little bit out because he was coach of Hajduk, and this in Croatia, in media terms, the biggest interest is Hajduk. And probably he doesn't want to go in this subject because when they sacked him, it was not so. Everybody was surprised that they shouldn't here
do this.
In Lithuania as well. Nobody
it was crazy. So
understood.
Probably I think he doesn't want to go back on this subject. But for me, we are, especially now, I text him when we came to Žalgiris. I text him, Coach, I come to your country, and now we are very much in contact because we have some similar road now, Sabah, and we play both Champions League. So
for the first time.
Yeah, we watch his games, he watch our games, and then we text. And yesterday he say, or day before, he sent the message for all the staff to congratulate and that thing. So I'm still in contact with him all the time.
When Valdas is in Lithuania, he always comes here to Žalgirio Arena to support our
crazy.
Basketball club as well.
He's crazy about basketball. He always told me that he likes to go match day -1 in the evening, if there is some basketball game, he likes to come. He said it's the best day because you did everything for the game, you are ready, and now it's time to little bit have mind on something else to be ready for the game.
Okay, so that's very nice story, of meeting Lithuanians in other parts of the Europe. It was in Gorica, and there was another Lithuanian, Paulius Golubickas. Now he's playing for Žalgiris Vilnius, and let's say he didn't had very good time over there. What do you think? Why? What do you think? He lacked something to play in Croatia highest division? Because later we saw that he didn't do good in Poland. He didn't do good in Finland.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about?
In Croatia, at the end, if you watch, I think he has over 50 games in Croatian league. But for him was unlucky always when he was in some good period, something happened to break this thing. For example, this coach came, Samir Topla, who loved him very much. And he started to play regularly on number 10 position. And what happened was some crazy injury and
face injury. Something like
this was even before.
Oh.
But when this summer it was something with muscular or I don't know. Then he even changed. I remember he changed his diet totally at one point to try to, because every few months he has some injury that gets him back from the start. And this will happen in Koprivnica, this face injury. So he started, I think this was third in a row that he started, and he gets some level of rhythm and to get in. And then this is crazy. Some duel you don't even see nothing, and he goes down. And my friend who is physio in Gorica, he said that he never saw this in his life. He came to Paulius, he was all covered in blood. And then fast in the hospital there, and he has this surgery and some metal things they put him in his jaw. So I think little bit unlucky there. So I was little bit watching him in Radomiak when he was there, but at that point to come to Poland, it's very hard because it's very intensive league and maybe not.
And they were fighting for relegation.
Yeah, and that's maybe not for his profile the best choice. But like I said, in Gorica, maybe a little bit of luck with these injuries, and he would maybe make these crucial steps to be regular starter and then to play. But it didn't happen.
Okay, and to finish with Gorica, this is the place you met Željko Sopičius. Am I right?
Yeah. I was working there for quite a long way. For me, it was top because I live in Zagreb, so it's close and you are home and you are doing.
But wait. Now I have one question, just to interrupt. Before you said you are Hajduk Split supporter, but you live in Zagreb.
Yeah, it's something that life brings you. So I'm born in Ogulin, which is 100 kilometers from Zagreb, but I don't know, somebody, usually with my sports team, I always have the ones that are not successful. So I don't know, I watch Formula 1, I like Ferrari, and of course, it's always frustration. A long time I was a Liverpool fan, and Liverpool, long time frustration. So it's something what I need to do, obviously, for me. But in Gorica, for me, was top, close to home. You are home, you don't need to travel somewhere, and it was very good. And then this season we were very bad. So first half of the season we got only 7 points. We had good team and we played a good game, but every game something happens, or a penalty at the end, red card or something. It was so unlucky. And then this is the 2022 when World Cup in Qatar was in the winter, so we had bigger break, and Sopa came with it was big stuff change, because usually in Gorica only head coach was changing, maybe one assistant, and everybody we stay. But at that point Sopa came with 2 new assistants, But I stayed in my position, and we managed to do this miracle saving. At one point, we were 11 points behind. We were last, 11 points behind the 9th team. And we managed to overcome this, and one round before end, we managed to secure mathematically to stay in the league. And next season we started pretty good. And what happened was Dinamo sucked coach and took coach from Rijeka, this Sergej Akirovic again. A lot of connections, same names in the story. And then Rijeka wanted to take Sopa, and they had they speak, and he went to Rijeka. And after 1 week, he called me, and he asked me, Joža, what's your contract in Gorica? I want to bring you. I said, okay, but when? And Sopa said, what when?
Now.
You know me, immediately. Sit in the car and come. But at this point, for me, was not so. I had some things with podcast and personal things, and I was thinking, because for me, at this point, and this shows now, this is the time when you start not to work home, but to be with suitcase in your hand. And then this show, after this, we went to Poland, we went now to Lithuania, to Osijek. So you are not home anymore. And this is the big decision what you need to make in your life. And I was thinking a few days, and with this everything, and I spoke with guys in podcast and in club, and I decided to go on half season. I will go there, and it was crazy. We came, and he calls me every week. He asked me first, Joža, did you watch our game? I said yes. What you think? And now we speak, and at the end he said, Joža, you need to come. You need to come. We will be champions. You need to come. You need to come. You need to come. And I decided, okay, I will come. And on half season, I came to Rijeka. First 15 games, 14 wins. So this was crazy. We were like a machine. So this level of confidence in the team, I never saw. But because so far I was always tell them, guys, we will be champion. We will be champion. We will be. And they started to believe, because against Dinamo it's very hard. Dinamo has 70 million budget, and Rijeka has 12 or 10 at that point. So you need to make something special to be champion. And it was everything going well until at the end of the season. We played this game because Dinamo also, so they had 17 wins in, 19 games. So they were also, as much as we were machine, they were also machine. And it was hard to make something against them. And we played this crucial game on Rujevica, and we killed them. We killed them, and we lost 2-1. They had 2 shots. We had 22. I don't know. It was the best game, how we prepared. I was so proud. But at the end, we conceded, 80 minutes from set piece, from direct free kick, Petkovic. And counter-attack at the end, we opened, we want to score, counter-attacked, and we lost. And year after Rijeka was champion, they had 12 points less than with us. But Dinamo was collect lower points, and they were champions, but with us it was so unlucky. But this season we were like a machine.
And
Crazy.
that same season you also went to final of the Croatian Cup.
Yeah, and in final again against Dinamo. So Croatian Federation final of the cup was playing few years like one game, and then they decided, no, we will have 2 games. Like, I cannot say third zone part country. I don't know. I don't have
third world country.
Third world country, yeah. And we have two games. But when they were getting back this rule, obviously someone copy pasted all the rules from before, and it was away goals.
Ooh.
So nobody in Europe plays 2 games except we and Bosnia.
And it was, I think, in Spain, Super Cup or something.
Because they want to take money from Saudi, so to play more games. But for something like Cup...
away goal.
Yeah, and away goal. And we play 0-0 in Zagreb, we play good game, and we came to Rijeka, and we concede first goal, and then it's very hard for us, because we need to score 2, and we didn't manage to win. So this season, Dinamo killed 2 times against us, so... Now with Kauno we can make some revenge maybe.
Yeah, we will talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's go to your step to Lithuania. when everything happened, how was everything in your mind? You get a call from Sopic again, and he tells you, okay, now we go you were in Poland and Rijeka, and okay, now we go into Lithuania.
He called me at one point. He said, one agent called me and he said, am I interested in Žalgiris? And I was thinking Žalgiris Vilnius. And those guys that were working with Nikoličius in Gorica previously were scout for him when he was in Žalgiris Vilnius. So they know something about the club. And I immediately speak with them and they give me something. It's a good club. It's okay. And I call Sopa. I was a little bit surprised because this last job where we were in Osijek, it was not very successful, and it was, I don't want to remember this part. It was crazy. And I didn't even expect something at this part of season will happen, because usually, you know how it is, start of the season, I didn't calculate this season like in Lithuania is played. For me, season ends in May and starts later, and I was thinking, okay, now every club starts with preparation period. They have coaches, and then we will maybe now get something in the fall. And he calls me about Žalgiris, and this day Žalgiris even plays something in championship. They lose 3-0, and he calls me after. He said, "Joža, they lost 3-0. What kind of team is this?" And we speak a little bit, and then after a half hour he calls me, "Joža, I told you the wrong Žalgiris. It's Kauno Žalgiris. They are champions. They will play Europe." And at that point, it was very interesting for us. Of course, we watched. We see the team. We see that they play top first part of the champion. Then I don't know what happened. Some problems. Next 9 game, not so successful. But we see the team is good. You play Europe. And he said, "I will speak with them." And he speak with president and that. And at one point, I had a feeling that will happen, because he told me, "I don't know, maybe we will not agree." And later he called me. He said, "Joža, I go to Kaunas." I said, "What?" "I found there is a flight from Zadar directly. I will go there and I will speak to them directly. Maybe we will agree, maybe not." And he goes, and I never saw this bromance with him and our president Mantas. This is crazy how they connected. And he just called me and he said, "I love this president. We will come here and take your suitcase." And I was in the middle of this project World Cup on our podcast, and nobody expected me to go, but I always set up everything there. I'm responsible for production and everything, but now I set up everything. If I need to go, everything is prepared. Everything can work without me. So at one point it was crazy. Croatia plays against Ghana last game in World Cup. It was around 1 afternoon in the midnight, and the game is at midnight until 2, and we have live podcast after it. And I was on this podcast, and after podcast immediately go to airport to Lithuania. So crazy life sometimes, like turns things quickly.
And you told them on podcast that you are going somewhere to play Champions League, something like that.
Yeah, I told,
because in Croatian media it was leaked that Sopic is going.
Yeah, I told them, like, guys, I will not be more on podcast. I go somewhere. Sopa got a new job, and the thing I told was the club will play Europe, or I made Champions League, something like that. At that point I was thinking I will not give enough information for people to realize, but our audience first at Tribuna, they're crazy, so they are crazy like us. So if they watch us, they immediately start to Google, and they found a team that doesn't have a coach recently, and they connected.
You connect the
points. You told me at one point that you had, I don't know, other things for present the coach. You think you have time, but I killed your time.
Yeah. Okay. You are coming to the club, and basically Europe is 1 week later.
Yeah.
No time to prepare, nothing. I believe for you guys it was like chaos.
Yeah, but it was for me now when I watched, so we played so far 7 games and don't have any lose. Crucial game was Jugas. To have this game before Europe, because at Jugas we were not looking so good. because we made a big switch, especially in defense. So we went from classical man marking to zonal. And this is very big switch for players, very big. And against Jugas, you see how uncertain they are in few moments, when to press, when to not. And we were like, should we go, should we stay, should we go? And this helped us a lot to prepare for Drita. Because if first game was Drita that way on home stadium, it would not be so good. So then Drita, and when I watch now, so first 2 games we didn't win, both of them, to have a draw, but immediately I saw that things are going in a good direction, and Drita was the key, everything. Because I read some scientific research when team wins in last moments like this makes connection for the team and bonds together much more than anything else. So this was crucial thing, and you get confirmations, and the way how we played second half there with dominance and so much situations and moments and good things. This gives team. Sometimes the team needs, okay, you work on training, you show them analysis and everything for a new model and everything, but when they get confirmation on the field against
that
teams that played Conference League last season, that is a good team in terms of this level of European competition, and they see they can dominate against this team, this helps you, because now they see it works. So this was Jugas help us a lot. Okay, it was bad weather, not so good pitch, and we didn't win, but this helped us a lot to start with them. And then was crazy, like one game, other game. You don't have we spoke how regular week should look like. So for example, now we will not have analysis of this last game, because we need to focus immediately on the next one. And next week we play. Now we are lucky that Žalgiris Vilnius postponed our league game, but because if we have even them now, you can only do fraction of the things what it is. And last week it was first week that we have full week, and this help us a lot, because you can make some things on training that usually you cannot do, and this level of work you fix model and you help player much more, because everything you do, you are on the field, you can give them instructions immediately.
So that was one of my questions when you arrived, and again, every few days it's a match and you are new in the team and you need to implement new ideas, new models and so on. What was priority? What you and all the coaching staff wanted to implement for the team, for the guys? What were the main ideas that, okay, we don't have much time, but these are the most important things that we want from you guys?
For Sopa, one of the crucial elements of his vision, football is, we call it prevention or balance. What does that mean? When we are finishing the attack, to have in mind for the players, for example, we go for a cross, other players immediately needs to position themselves, if they kick the ball out or something, to win this ball again. This made for us the biggest thing when we were good. In every club, when we had a good spell of results, this is the crucial thing. To win this ball, to not allow them to counter us, and then the team is not so well organized, opponent team, like in the first wave of attack, and this is something that is crucial to implement, because we watch this team and we see this team likes attack, and we have quality in wingers can dribble, we have good number 8s. This is always important. In all of our team, 2 number 8s scored most of the goal, and now we have Amin and Slivka scored against Drita, and these are very important positions. But number 6, who is now, okay, Yuki was injured, and Franco, who made a great step in terms of playing this position. Very important to have this second, third way. This is something that Sopa puts emphasis in the start, and of course this defensive part of the game, because first to be zonal and to be as much compact as you can, and now I showed the guys even when we prepared for Classic second round. I showed them one clip from the first game, and this was I wrote on the video Symphony of Defense. So now they are familiar with this, and now we look like a team together, going together to press, to retreat, to like a compact team. We don't allow too much space, and now that they had only 3 shots, so last 3 games we didn't concede. So we don't want to be defensive team. We want to attack, but it's very important to have this implemented, especially this thing that gives you more opportunity up to score.
Well, at the moment, can you rate the team, let's say, from 1 to 10? 1 is they don't understand anything you want from the guys. 10, they are doing perfectly. Like all these game plans and tactics and so on.
I can rate it in terms of the time we work together.
Yeah.
So in works of the time, they are 8 to 9, and which is really pretty good. Of course, we have much. I believe that this team can make even bigger steps especially in an attacking phase. Okay, against Classic was very hard because they say 5-4-1. We don't have much room, and in this. But sometimes we need just one thing to connect, and then a lot of options will open, especially in attack. In defense, they made a big step, because I spoke with Slivka 2 days ago. He said, for us, this is, and I know this from the previous club, it's very different mindset. So if usually coach asks you, if this winger goes inside, you run for him. And we say, you don't run for him, you stay. And it's natural for them to make this move to open space, but we don't want. And now they started to accept this, and now they see that it's even easier for them. In the start, it was very hard, because you need to always think, what, and sometimes you are insecure, and now they are starting to realize, and now they see that this brings them. You don't need to run like crazy for this guy. Let him go. Some other players will take him. Some other guys will come here. So honestly, after so much games, so little time to train, they took this model what we want very, very good. And still, I see lot of for a lot of players. They can show even much more than we have. For example, now I don't know. Leo made how he played before and how he plays now. When he had this role against Classic, he comes in, and when we score, we need to put him out because of the height, and we know what will happen. The ball will only be in the air. We need one more center back, and he made his role perfect. He played 20 minutes. Chuki later told me he has so much sprint in these 20 minutes. It's like crazy. But he understands his role. He does it. He comes out. He was so he understands that he did what is needed for the team. And I like this mentality for all the players, because sometimes you will play full game, sometimes short, but you have your role to do it. And I liked his reaction when he went out. He told me, I understand, and this is crucial for the team. You understand what you need to do for results. Sometimes looks for you, I don't know, you came in 65th and came out in 85th, but 20 minutes of perfect role, and that's it.
Yeah, that's very good point to explain, because people were like curious about that. What happened? Why they changed him?
Sopa does that. First game in Rijeka. When he was but first game in Rijeka when he was coach, I was not with him at that point, but I went. They played Dinamo Zagreb on Maksimir, and I went to this game. He sub a guy in 15 minutes. He was not. Come on, next one. So sometimes he likes to do this thing too. If he feels that it's not going well, he will react immediately. So, and with Fiolic also in
Faroe Islands,
because they put these two tall guys, and we in every moment of the game we have deficit in height. But at that point it's even more, And we speak with it, decide we need one more taller guy. And it was question maybe to put Renan out, but Renan also, he can help us in set pieces. And then the only logical thing is Fiola. And again, he made his role, what he needs to do. At the end, we need a different partner. Sopa will never hesitate to do this. He will put him 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, if we need something else, he will get him out. I know for players, especially until they get used to it. When they get used to it, like Leo now if this happened to Leo without first game with Fiola, maybe he will be, but now he knows. You have your role, and that's it. You do it perfectly.
Okay, let's talk about our road in Champions League. First opponent, Drita. We already touched this topic a little bit. What were the biggest challenges in that tie? Of course, not so many time to prepare, but in general, playing against that kind of team, what were their strengths and what was the main things for our guys to overcome them? Yeah,
for us, these both teams have similar playing pattern. And they open with three players, and they play a lot of diagonals on the side, and then go for a cross. And now you need to find balance to press those three guys who play diagonal, and to defend this. Because if you go too much all the time on them, and you leave more space behind. And if you drop immediately to cover the space behind, they will do it all the time. And we have deficit in height against both of the teams. So we need to find this balance against them. And the best balance is to take the ball. Because as long as we have the ball, they cannot shoot long, they cannot cross, they cannot jump, they cannot make out chaos in our box. So we tried to have the ball as much as we can. And in the first game in our stadium, it was a little bit easier. We control. I had a feeling that we control, but without doing nothing concrete. But we had okay control. Made a few mistakes that was helpful for us to learn something for the next game. And then in the next game, it was two unlucky goals, really. But this part of the attacking phase was very, very much important. And I think even they started to defend too early in this second half. Then we managed to have control and to go in the box with the numbers, with the players, to maintain this pressure. Even this when the goalkeeper drop and try to help. I speak with the fourth official. I tell him, you know what they are doing? He said yes, but at this point,
that's the only way. Yeah, with these new laws. Yeah,
I like what Premier League now wants to implement. That guy from the field will go out 1 minute if they go to. So this is a good implementation to prevent this. But you see how all the Drita team was like. You see they are exhausted, and we push and push. And I was really proud how they can maintain this pressure for so long. And in the end, both goals came from this maintaining the pressure, putting the ball in the box, cross, Haris goal for this penalty with the head before Slivka. So we managed to put so much pressure on them to crack them, because last season they are 2 or 3 years together. They played Conference League last season, so both of the teams, and Klasvik played also last few years. They have good spell in European competition. So both teams actually were favorite against us. But for Klasvik, it helps us this thing that they have similar playing style like Drita. So
but
we didn't.
From my point of view, Klaksvik even more defensively.
Yeah, more defensively, but maybe more dangerous with crossing and in attack.
All set pieces.
Set pieces, we were a little bit lucky. This number 7 from them he's crazy left foot top. But first game he went out from injury. Second only came out at the end. This is little bit helpful for us, but it's very hard to break them. When they go in low block, it's very, very hard to break them. You cannot play in between them, so we go on the side. So they move on the side. So we were trying even half time to manage those problems, how to maybe add. Now it was also a question of risk, because we see that, for example, Rokas goes with the ball, we go on the side, we see that we can play on the other side, but pitch was very slippery, and you are going into the risk. If you lose ball at this point, with center back coming inside of the game, you are a little bit open, so we need to find a balance, how many risk to take, because if they scored, it would be very hard to the end of the game. So these kind of games, both of them, it's about patience. And now we will play for sure 10 games more in Europe. From these 10 games, I expect 3 will be similar like this. You play with the team that you can make some result that are on similar level, and you need patient, take the ball, attack. Go 100 times on the same side, turn something and wait a moment like Rekovic. Wait something that some player, you open something for one player and he does it. So this is and for example, Dinamo will be a completely different game.
Yeah, we will move to Dinamo very, very soon, but staying with Klaksvik.
Yeah.
I think after the first game in Faroe Island, we were expecting different game in Lithuania. Sopa was speaking about that it will be completely different in press conferences, but at the end, it wasn't that different, I think.
Yeah, we was expecting different because their pitch there is 5 meters shorter and 4 meters narrow. So for them, it's easier to defend. It's area like it's missing one of box. Yeah. Penalty box is missing from the field. So this is big area that is not available for you to stretch them to exploit this. So we were expecting on this bigger pitch, and they are used to playing on artificial. For them, it's not so easy to make this switch, and they train every time on artificial to make this switch on natural turf. And with this bigger pitch, we expected some more space, but they defended like very, very good, very, very compact, not allowing those spaces in between. And like I said, pitch in Jonava looks good when you come at first, but it was little bit. Players cannot have full confidence that they will not slide, and that this affects a little bit everything. So we were expecting maybe to create more spaces, and even they made some adaptation to the first game, of course, because like us analyzing them, they analyzed this, and they realized which players we want to attract with the last line, because we had planned with Rokas and Anton where to move with the ball when they go up, to provoke one of them to come, and then we will create space. But obviously they realize this and they don't move. We go with, and they just stay 5-4-1, and there's no space. So this is why I said at the end this was a patience game. So you wait. In 90 minutes, nobody can play this perfectly. Nobody can play it without a mistake. So you just need to push everything you do 100 times until one guy makes a mistake. And we managed to take this ball on the center, and then Amin, and then Kreko, and this was the moment that we were waiting for. I was honestly thinking that maybe it will happen in the first period. And then they would need to open a bit, and then it would be easier for us. But at the end, it was like this hard battle.
How was the feeling for you? Because after we scored this goal, I think for many spectators, for me, myself, those 10 minutes was like it took so long.
Yeah, but
and after this final whistle, such a big relief.
Yeah, but we had a plan. So immediately we knew that we want to put Luka or Alda if something like this happened. Or even if we scored before, probably when we were speaking, okay, we will watch how the game is developing. And when we see that they start to move like with all those long balls, we will put one more extra guy back who will help us with the jump and to clear this. And immediately when we scored, we did this with Leo. Although we had this conversation maybe to see did some other guys maybe a little bit more tired or something, but we went with Leo, and at the end, when you watch, nothing spectacular happened. At the end, they put this number 7 guy. We expected a lot of crosses from him, and immediately put Amin on this side where he is, because Amin is a little bit more agile and in defense, and they know about this guy that he will go on his left to cross, and immediately speak with Amin. He's coming, okay, we are ready. So we managed to control this pretty well. So on my side, but I made a big, I don't know, when I start to work, I was much more emotional during the game with everything. But fast you realize that this doesn't help you so especially in my job, I need to see something and to give this information to the coach or to the players, which can help us. If you jump all the time, of course, sometimes you need to, but you need to, especially in the crucial moment, to try to keep this calmness when everybody are a little bit in emotions, to give something extra which can help us. So for me, this went pretty calmly, because it was a good plan. Nothing was happening. Of course, last minute anything can happen, but we managed to make our plan like it should be.
What were the feeling after the final whistle when you realized that you made a history for the club, securing a spot in at least Conference League, and feeling all this atmosphere, later fans stopping the bus and celebrating together?
At the end of the game, everybody runs. For me, was like I needed one or 2 minutes to. I say hi to those referees from Slovenia and to their bench, because for them it's also not easy to lose game like this. But the moment everything kicks in when fans stop us with the flares, and this was top moment, because it's historical for Kauno Žalgiris to go in conference, but also I never played in group stage of UEFA competition. We played some Europa games previously, but never in group stage. So for us personally, for coach and for Chucky and me, it's also something new, something historical for us. So it's big emotions, and especially all those nights, even this celebration in the arena that we had with all the team. This is also important. Okay, we don't have much time before the next game, but this also gives the team some unity. They connect better, and this is important for the next. Honestly, after Drita was a little bit maybe even more euphorical, because of how the game develops and what gives you this opportunity with 3 more games, and it was so crazy. But I don't know. For us, all special moment, very special moment.
Okay, and now to finish this podcast, 3rd round of Champions League qualification, Dinamo Zagreb.
Yeah.
It's like very interesting again when everything is, getting to the one place.
Yeah.
Željko, fan of Dinamo Zagreb from his childhood, even worked for them and so on and so on. Now more and more players from Croatia coming to the club, and now we are going to face champions of Croatia. What we can expect?
Yeah, this is one crazy football story, because when I saw this option that we can play against them,
I have also something to tell. When we saw these, seeded and seeded, and we saw, our director, Eimantas, he texted immediately, you will see. We will face Dinamo Zagreb for the coach.
Yeah, I was when I saw this, I was only want to play for us now. At that point, okay, we need to play a classic game.
Yeah.
But I told, if we play Dinamo, this means we are in Conference League. So for us, this is the best game. This is the game where, of course, we want to win. We want to make a top result, but we achieved already something, and we go to play against great team. And this is the moment when everybody should. I love to play against Dinamo always, because this is the moment where you can show something more, something extra. This is the moment when you, from the player side and from the coaching staff and from everybody, even from the fans, this is the time when you want to show something extra. These games are top, and especially for us now in this moment, I'm looking forward very much. And when we were flying while this draw was to Faroe Islands, and we land, and I turn off airplane mode, and 100 messages. Oh, you come home, you come to Zagreb, and my wife called me and she said, you wanted this, so here you have it. So coach was also, he said, I only want, because, in this stage, all the opponents are hard. So
exactly.
Then the best one is to play somebody. And of course, we know everything about them. And we played so much times against them. And even in this season, we played this year with Osijek against them. So for me, one easy Rokas yesterday come to me and said, so I don't need nothing. I said, no, you need because I want to hear from you also. I have everything about them I know in my head, but I want to maybe you see something that will help us also. So I sent him our game with Osijek that we played in this year against them to check, because we played similar like here. So for us, this is the game that will bring us a lot of informations for how to prepare Dinamo.
You were following Dinamo like for many years because you are Croatian. Are they keeping the same playing style like for many years, or it's changing with every coach, like completely different?
Yeah, usually now with this coach, what they play last season with him, they play now also. So usually with the coach is changed. But now Zvonimir Boban is president of Dinamo. He is a big legend of Croatian football. And now they try to build a system to play. They want to play 4-3-3 in all of in academy, in all the teams, and with first team. And now they want to build it like this mentality.
And
like
to
this.
keep it, doesn't matter who the coach is.
Yeah. So now they will need also, when they select coach, to make a proper profile when they bring it. This coach was made a top result before in a smaller team, Slaven Belupo, and they select him. He likes to play attacking football, and Dinamo, especially in Croatian Championship, plays. Even in Europe, they like to keep the ball to play attacking, so they choose him. And last season, especially first part of the season, they had some problems even in Croatian Championship, and some games in Europe maybe they could play a little bit better, although they collect plenty of points. But second part of the season they were like crazy. They won so much games very easily, 2-3, 4-0, and now for them it's a little bit harder because it's season start. So the Croatian Championship.
I think today we are talking on Friday, so today they start the
play
season.
Slaven Belupo, yes, in a Croatian Championship. It's the first game of the new championship. So this part, when they play Thun, it's a little bit hard because it's introduction into the new season, and they missed this Stojkovic because of the red card, so he couldn't play this game, and he's very important for them. He will return against us. So the team that likes to play, likes to keep the ball, likes to go in between the lines, have pretty much big quality with those guys in the middle. Josip Mišić top player, number 6, top. So we know what we need to do against them. So now it's the question how much we will be able to do in terms of defense and offense. Of course, I believe in offense we will have some moments that we can play against them. It will be for sure more space to play than against Klasvik. They will not fall down in the low block, especially in Zagreb. So it will be, we will have some moments, and the crucial thing is when you play against team like that, to every moment you create, you need to make use of this and to score something, or to not allow them to score. And so I always say, against Dinamo, your goalkeeper needs to be on top of the game. So first game when he take Gorica and we went to Maxim, it was second or third round when he took over. We played 0-0 and managed to keep them not to score. We didn't create much in attack, and our goalkeeper made 4 or 5 incredible saves, and we managed to control them. So but my record against them is not so good, because I don't know, even with Gorica, with all the teams I was working, I don't know, we beat Hajduk. I think I beat Hajduk 16 times. I beat Rijeka 17 times, something like that. Osijek 20 times, and Dinamo once. This shows how they are dominant in this. So now it will be second time with Kauno.
So from what I'm hearing, it will be more defensive game plan from our side.
We will, if we decide to be 90 minutes in low block against them, this is not good. So we need to try to keep the ball as much as we can, to not allow their quality to show. But in this defensive part, it will be crucial to cover 1 or 2 crucial guys, and then we will have more opportunity to not concede against them. But it would be crazy if we go to Zagreb with a plan that we will only defend this. This would not be good.
Okay, and of course you already saw both games probably against Thun.
Yeah,
and there was like big probability that they are not qualifying to the third round. It was 2-0. And it was 65th minute, I think, when they got red card.
Yeah.
So after that, of course, everything changed and it was completely different game. But before that, first leg and this second leg before red card, how everything went and how Thun managed to make this good result before that red card.
No, I believe without this red card they will not go through, because this game was nothing good for them at this point. So Thun is very physically strong team. They are very intense in every transitional moment. So they defend, but when they win the ball, they go they run fast, they attack immediately, very direct style of play. And for Dinamo, this is always a problem, because Dinamo likes to play control football, easy, go around, find some gaps, find some moments, and when somebody very physically push you up, this is not comfortable for them. And like I said, start of the season for Dinamo, they're still searching a little bit of the form. This Stojkovic didn't play, and with this physicality of Thun and pressing and running and going in duels, they had big problems. So we can take from this game some of the things what to do, but now it's crucial to find balance, because of course our team is not like Thun that we can maintain this kind of for example pressure or something for that long, how they play. And even they had, if you watch in like first half, they were top in Zagreb, and then second, even without red card, they started to drop a little bit, because it's very hard to maintain this level of physicality during the whole game. So we need to collect from their game plans some good things and good moments, and to try to implement them in crucial part of the game. So, but also we need to. They were not trying to sometimes to calm the game, to take the ball and to have organized attack or something like that. They were always trying to go direct. We need to also play direct when it's possible, but also to try to get as much possession as we can, because Dinamo is not used to play against the team that takes possession, and this makes them nervous. They want to take the ball, they want to dominate.
They don't like to run without ball.
No, they are not used to defend, especially this last half season. They are always having 70-75% of the possession, and they like to control the ball, keep the ball, try to attack in every possible way. So the biggest thing against them is see when to press them, when to drop, and how many possibilities to take possession to not allow them to create something.
Were they active in the summer transfer window? Has the team changed a lot from last year? Not last year, but last season.
Not so much. Last season they made a big change. So last season they changed 20 players, and they spent over 20 millions to get some new ones, and then on the half season some of those guys that came went out, and bring a little bit new guys. Now they bring a striker from Mistra, who was pretty good last season, previously playing in Red Bull Salzburg, Prevljak. Honestly, I like him very much. His profile is something that Dinamo didn't have for the last season. They have Beljo who scored over 30 goals in league, and this is broke some records during the season. But Prevljak is different type of player, more for the box and moving in the box. And this time Beljo, although physically looks very tall like a target man, actually he likes to come to play, to drop in between the line, to play with the ball. So not a typical guy. When you see his stature, he's not a typical number 9, how he looks. And this Prevljak is good addition for this team to play something differently. And this is right now they are negotiating to bring Livakovic back. So the Croatian national team goalkeeper. He was on the loan second part of the last season, but now they are in talks with Fenerbahce to get him back. I think this, for them, it's crucial to get him back, but I don't know when this transfer. Of course, in Croatian media they say it's close, maybe even for our game, but I don't believe they will manage to be that fast to finish that. In other things that they are like pretty stable. This Bakrar went to they sell him to Al Ahly from Egypt, but not so many changes, especially when you watch in terms of last year. So pretty much the starting 11 that was playing at the end of the season will start with us now. With Stojkovic gets back, it's the similar 11 that was starting there on the last season.
Okay, we were expecting to make it in 1 hour. It's 1.5 already. So I think it's time to finish our podcast. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for calling me always. I know I speak too much, but what can you do?
No, that's very nice. So I will just end this in Lithuanian. Ačiū visiems žiūrėjusiems. Josipas Paušičius, mūsų komandos analitikas, Kauno Žalgirio DNR. Jau pirmadienį išvykstame į Zagrebą. Ten laukia pirmoji akistata su Dinamo. Dar po savaitės veiksmas keliasi į Kauną, į Dariaus ir Girėno stadioną. Jau visai netrukus, greičiausiai, kai stebėsite šį pokalbį, jau galėsite įsigyti bilietus. Tad užpildykime Dariaus ir Girėno stadioną ir palaikykime komandą, kuri jau kuria istorinį sezoną Europoje. So, once again, thank you for coming. Good luck in preparations for Dinamo, and let's see what it brings.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for calling, and hope we achieve good result in this game.
Thank you.